Welcome back. Clap to the daily grind. Clap again. That's the song. Yeah. See,
Let's go.
We're working on it. Welcome back to the daily grind, friends and family. Get your friends and family plan if you don't have one. I don't know if that's still a thing. It's Tuesday, so I got my guy Rusty with me. How are you, brother? Are you good?
I'm good, man. I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. You know, it's a wild time to be a sports fan, a wild time to be alive with the crazy weather, hot, cold, warm. You know, who knows what's going to happen? But I think all things considered. Oh, dude. I lived in Myrtle Beach for the last 6 years, and I took probably 4 allergy pills the whole time I was there. I've been back in the Mid-South now for 3 months, and I'm miserable. Miserable.
Yep. It doesn't get better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, here it is. We in this thing, but we're making do of it. You know, Allegra is getting my money. You know, these pharmaceutical companies are starting to get my money again, and so I'm back on the bandwagon of supporting Big Farm, I guess.
Yeah, shout out Allegra. I guess it works. When it works,
yeah.
It works.
Yeah, shout out, no free shout outs. But Luke, before we get started, I do have something kind of on my heart that's weighing heavy that I do need to share. I know this is a Memphis Grizzlies podcast and a show and a network, but we are fans of other teams, right? We watch other teams.
No doubt.
And I kind of got my heart broke earlier today. I knew it was coming. I've seen it coming for a long time. King Henry's reign in Nashville is over. And I'm in mourning. I'm wearing black pants. I'm going to change it to a black shirt for the afternoon. I'm in mourning, respect my privacy. I've got a funeral sign out front of my house here in Martin, just know, like, I'm a fan of the Tony Pollard signing, and we'll get to NFL, I'm sure, at some point today. But,
yes,
I just, it's just not going to be the same without, Double Deuce, King Henry, 22. It was nice as a Mississippi State fan. He kicked our butt for 3 years. It's been nice to be able to root for him.
Yeah.
Now he's gone to a bitter rival that I'm going to have to watch him kick our butt all over again.
You know what? First off, I'm not wearing a hat, but my heart is all the Titans fans out there. I've got a buddy that I texted. I was like, "Man, you okay?" Because that one's tough. And I didn't believe that when I saw that he was going to the Ravens. I
called that.
That's nuts, dude.
Him and Lamar are best buddies, and they've been trying to play together for years. Derrick Henry, King Henry, whatever, has been trying to get him to come to Nashville for years now. They hang out in the off season, like they're best buddies. And so when it first started getting kicked, I told the group chat, like, he's going to Baltimore. And, my buddy, my cousin, everybody's like, no, he's going to go to Dallas. He's going to go here. I'm like, I'm telling y'all, the RPO with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry is going to be lethal next year in the AFC. You hide and watch. And here we are. Call me Nostradamus because he is the Baltimore Raven.
I mean, I'll cheers to you. Cheers to that. I almost wish at the rate that things are going, he could have been a Memphis Grizzly. That's a segue.
Beautiful. Well done. What a pro, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a pro we got here.
I'm getting better. Last week I would have just farted that one out, but that one was good. So we just signed 2 new 10-day dudes. I don't know if you noticed. I forgot. I missed one of them. It kind of went under. I was like, oh crap, that happened. And then I saw him play minutes. So Winyon Gabriel, former Laker, and Dejan Giroux, hustle call-up are the 2 guys that we signed to new 10 days because guess what? We're playing 8 guys tonight.
Let's go. It's 2015-16 all over again. We hold the record for the biggest blowout in NBA history. We whooped up on them Thunder who beat us the other night, which is always fun. But we also hold the record for most players played in a season, most lineups with the least amount of minutes. And we're going to challenge that record this year and just see how many dudes we can play in a Memphis Grizzlies uniform. We're going to pull out numbers. We've already had 55 and 77. We're going to have an 89 and an 81 and might even hit we hadn't had a 90 since Jay Crowder. Let's get 95 going. Come on.
Man, it's getting bad. I forgot. I just assumed Winyon Gabriel wasn't in the league because I remember when he had the one good season when the Lakers were made. Right. It might have been had that one good year. Yes, it might have been the COVID year. I mean, because he's been in the league since 2019. The dude is a journeyman for someone who's still
right.
He's been in the league 4 or 5 years, but he's been on 7 teams.
Right. And he's 25, 26.
Yes.
He's still pretty young.
And I don't know what I just don't know enough about him. He's clearly they're just looking for dudes, in terms of 10 days, he's about as good as you can get, I guess.
Right.
I don't know anything about Dejan Jarreau other than I think he's got like 4th most double-doubles in the G League right now. I think he's got like 11.
I'm going to be 100% honest. It's been kind of a busy week. That one flew under my radar. When I was prepping for today, I hopped on Grizzlies PR and I was like, oh, how about that? We got another one, another 10-day.
I saw him, and that was when I was like, oh crap. Wenyen Gabriel too. Crap. I was like, maybe I can just slide this one in under this one and everyone will be fine.
Yeah, I mean again, when you look at the laundry list and like the grocery, it looks like my grocery list with all these dudes on here on this injury report, but we did get a doubtful out of Scottie Pippen Jr. for the Wizards game. So he might be trying to work his way back in the lineup from that back injury. But when you look at all those names on there, like, you're right. We're throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Just see what we can get out of some of these cats.
I mean, well, and at least I think they're doing, it's kind of smart. I mean, that's smart. I think it's smart the way they're doing it by doing like signing someone and calling up someone else, because you can still use the call up with the hustle. And it's like, cool, we're going to see what Matt Hurt has for 10 games. And then we're going to send him back down to the hustle. We're going to see if Jarreau can cut it up here. And then we're going to send him back down to the hustle. But they're also using one of those spots to get someone that they know can play.
And that just further drives home that competitive tank that we're in the middle of, right? Like, we're going out, we're fielding a team that's going to be competitive, that's going to, sneak up and win some games. Because what is more 2023, 2024 Memphis Grizzlies than to beat the Nets and the Sixers and to get throttled by the Hawks, right? Like, that's just kind of the year that we're having. And so in this competitive tank, why not see what you got on the G League, give these guys some run. Wenyen Gabriel can give you some quality minutes. I mean, he's a guy that'll fit in alongside Vince and some of these other hustle guys that might play really well, and just see what happens. We've got a little over a month left in the season, and then just see where we're at, right? Like, we're on our way to Cabo, right? We know where we're heading. We're not heading to the playoffs. So let's just give these guys some run, see what happens.
No, I think that's the best attitude, because, and honestly, like, there's no way in hell he'll get any consideration for Coach of the Year, but Taylor Jenkins is working miracles out there. Like, the fact that he's making these games moderately competitive, I feel like it's just because this team, the amount of players this team has fielded, they should have won as many games as the Pistons. Like, there's like 20, they've doubled as many games as the Wizards. Like, that's granted, there's some diamonds in the rough, but like. He's doing the best that he can. And I think it's nice to see some of the calls for his head quiet the F down, because I think that he gets a free pass in my book for this season. I don't know what else you could want from the guy.
Yeah. So I've been not a loud critic, but I'm a critic of Taylor Jenkins. I don't want him fired. So like, don't hear what I'm not saying. Like, he's a great head coach. He's doing he's definitely making lemonade with what we've got so far. Are there still questions about rotations and schemes and things? Sure. But this year is 100% a free pass. I mean, my man's basically got me and you running out there playing NBA minutes, and we're still fielding a competitive team. We're winning games. We beat the 76ers. We're going to be a playoff team. Like, we beat the Bucks on national TV. You know, we're playing good basketball, as good a basketball as we can, what we have. And a large part of it is due to Taylor Jenkins throwing some of these lineups out there. And, you see some of the critics and stuff. And again, I'm one of them. In other years, when we're full strength, we shouldn't be jostling our starting lineups and our rotation as much as he does. This year, like, he's doing a good job with what he has. Yeah, we're running out of we're playing 82 games. There's a chance we're going to have 79 different lineups this year.
It's crazy, man.
Said and done. But he's doing a fine job with what he's got. Absolutely. There's zero hope for Coach of the Year, but he should get a nod somehow for what he's done this year. 100%.
We should pay someone to. Nah, it's illegal. We should pay someone to slip him a vote. Yeah. Voters out there, I've got a crisp $2 bill with your name on it. If you're listening,
I'll Venmo you for coffee.
Relics. Yeah, boom, coffee. That's perfect. Coffee's nice. Yeah. We're gonna take. We're gonna take a quick coffee break. When we get back, we're going to discuss the game tonight. We might win it. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I'll tell you, the image on NBA.com is Kuzma and Luke Kennard to give you a preview of the game. But we're going to take a break. Yeah, it's looking bleak. We're going to take a break, and when we get back, we'll discuss the game tonight.
Not just the level of individual talent that he plays with, but it's also the level of his mind. We haven't gotten cross-court open shot this year. Right. We haven't seen that pass a lot. Number one, you got to respect him going to the basket. There's a roller. I got to watch the roller. He has the mind to be able to say, I see all of that, but now I see this guy over here. I'm going to get him this open shot. How shifty he is to always be going forward. It's usually side to side.
Yeah.
His dribble moves are side to side, but going forward.
Right.
Which is very hard to defend. I just want to get you, as many times can I get you to do this? But for him, it's not here. It is here, which is with are his moves to get down the floor. It's awkward for a defender to try to catch a cadence. You dribble. So now what I do is now when you go put that ball down, I'm going for it. But with him, it's hard for my cadence. But what's my cadence for you? I don't know what it is.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Who do you need to step it up? Outside of David Jones, I think David Jones is David Jones.
I don't think you need him to step it up because he's been performing.
Yeah, like he's David Jones. Like outside of him, he's fine.
I think Quinterly needs to play better.
In what way? Like, I mean, he's facilitating the ball well. I mean, what do you, like, I don't...
2 of 12 from the field's not cutting it.
It's not great. It's not great.
And I don't need a runner 3 from the top of the key with 3.5 seconds left.
Is Virginia the game where Jordan Brown is going to cook? Those dudes aren't looking to run the ball.
Cook what? Dude, I thought he was going to have a freaking night. He came out with that fresh cut, lined up. And then literally within the first 15 seconds, missed a wide open layup. Yeah. And then picked up 2 fouls right away.
I feel real lied to because I thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy.
Didn't think it did anything for you.
Well, I think
we all thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy. And we are getting that in David Jones.
I'm not even getting 20 or 10 minutes out of the guy.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm going to take singing lessons one day. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. Right. We are going to get into the game tonight, which can only be described as a bad game.
Between two bad teams.
Two bad teams. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to, I think we normally have the better team, but seeing as we only have 5 guys that are under contract, it's not a 2-day or a 10-way. I like, or a 10-way, a 2-way or a 10-day.
There it is.
2 days sounds absurd. I'd sign one of those.
Same.
Yeah, like I just don't know. Like, is this the Tyus Jones revenge game? It's the Tyus Jones homecoming. Does he come in and torch us? I mean, I don't know. Because I'm assuming we're starting Jaren, Santi, Luke, Gigi, Jake.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Because the other guys are Trey Jamison, Winyan, Gabriel, and Giroux. Those are the only other 3 guys. I'm assuming that's who we're starting.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just the numbers are against us.
Yeah, I mean, we're a 2.5 point home dog for a reason. I think the real over under here is over under like, I don't know, 3,000 fans at this game. It's gonna be quiet before the night, right? Yeah, it's a Tuesday night. It's the 11-win Wizards probably going to come in and beat the Memphis Grizzlies on their home court. Just call a spade because we beat better teams, but we lose to teams that are worse than us recently.
Man, everybody knows that. Everybody who watches the Grizzlies play, your casual basketball fan calls that out. I'll be watching and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, they played to the level of competition." I was like, "How do you know that?" I was like, "You watch one game with me. How do you know that?"
I mean, it's the thing. You look at our last 7, like we lose to Portland twice in embarrassing fashion. Then we beat.
There.
I'm sorry, friend. I'm so sorry. Then we beat Brooklyn and Philadelphia, which are better teams than us on paper. The only one that's the exception to the rule is OKC, right? They're better than us right now. For now, we're going to absolutely just maul them next year, and I can't wait.
I can't wait.
And then we lose to Atlanta. So yeah, numbers show we're going to lose tonight to Washington. So Grizz fans, take heart. Prepare the Stein now for your favorite alcoholic beverage. You're going to need it to get through the game tonight.
I will say it's spring break for a lot of the kiddos here in Nashville.
True.
I know a lot of people are taking their kids to the game, so it might not be a loud game, but it might be incoherent. It might be just children babbling.
Sure. It's also the St. Jude game tonight, so they're going to do a big fundraiser for St. Jude. So there'll probably be more people there. It's so sad. I was looking at Twitter earlier, and like to say that like it's the St. Jude game, and the player that they put on the logo, the image for it, is Jake LaRavia. Yeah,
no, I mean that knows the wrong. Yay, but
St. Jude, but it's Jake LaRavia.
It's like, man, do they know something we don't? Do they know something about Jake we don't?
Maybe I don't know, but this just feels like one of those games. Like Kuzma's going to cook; he's going to go for 41, like DeJounte Murray did for us the other night. Like I feel like somebody's going to have a big game for Washington. Maybe it's Tyus, like you said. Maybe it's a revenge game. He comes back to Memphis and just balls out because that happens when like Rudy Gay's come back to town and Powell's came back to town and decided to it's like the Tim Duncan theory. Like for me, like Tim Duncan when he was aging in his career looked old every game. But Memphis, and he'd go for 28 and 18 against Memphis, and it's like, what is happening? It's just
he was like a grudge. Yeah,
100%.
There is something in this. So here's an award we're going to start handing out randomly. It's stupid stat that people need to shut up about. Luke Kennard making a 3-pointer in 21 consecutive games. If half of those games he's 1 for 7, I don't really give a crap.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've seen that flying all over the place about a cool stat about Luke Kennard. Yeah, it's fine. But if he's the big boy in this locker room in some of these games, going 1 of 7, 1 of 6 like he did the other night ain't cutting it for me. I don't give a crap. I just don't like
we're losing by 30. When we're losing by 30, like if he's 1 for 7, 1 for 6, and we lose by 30, it does not matter.
Nope. Thank you. It's all I've seen on a lot of stuff. And I shouted him out last week about being like since I shouted him out for being right behind Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen went 8 for like 12 that night. And he jumped him by like, he's a solid point under him now. Like it's going
to be tough to catch him now.
Yeah. He's got to pump up the volume. And if he doesn't tonight, I don't like, but tonight's he's due for a game. That's what he's been doing. I was looking, he'll have 2 on, 1 off. 1 on, 2 off, and that's just how he's the most back and forth shooter. I feel like shooters normally go really hot, really cold. Really, it's like they're more. The streaks are longer than this. His is so back and forth. And granted, he's being asked to do a lot of different stuff, handle the ball, but
sure,
he's not been
shoot, man.
Shoot. Shoot.
Shoot or shoot, you got to make your shots. Look at a couple stats here. We've got 2 awful ones. Memphis, normally we defend FedEx Forum like nobody's business. Like we just dominate at home. We're 7-25 this year in home games. That's abysmal.
It's really bad.
Only to be slightly outdone by Washington, who is 7-27 on the road, right? Like they're marginally better, like worse on the road than we are at home. So it's like the immovable force, whatever the saying is. I'm not smart enough.
Not sunkable. It's force and immovable object.
Yeah, unshaken
something force.
Clearly, this is an intelligence sports show, right?
I went to acting school, bro.
I have a doctorate in physical therapy. This is what it is.
Yeah. Tweet us if you know what that saying is.
What's that?
If you know the saying, tweet us.
Yeah, pop in the comments, please, because we're clearly struggling with it here. It's got us all kind of derailed. But anyway, moving back to the point is that we're bad at home. They're worse on the road. Something's going to have to give tonight. Luke, we had – what was that the other night? It was Brooklyn and Philly that had – or was it Brooklyn and Philly that had the lowest point total?
Brooklyn and us.
Oh, Brooklyn and us, where it was like both teams were less than like
207 was 207 was the total points?
Yeah, 207 was the total points. And then the other night it was Philly and somebody, and neither team broke 80. Neither team broke 80. Like the winning team scored 7. It was like 79-76. Like we're in for that tonight. Like it could be one of the lowest scoring games in NBA history. I don't even know what the over-under is, but it should not be more than over-under is 218. And I feel like that's real generous. You're
assuming Gigi's going to go for 30 and you're giving 2 Wizards 30. That's generous. Take the under on that.
Hammering the under on that.
Hammer the under on that if you have the money. That's stupid.
Absolutely. Hammer the under on that. There's absolutely no way that we're going to be like, we may not even make 180, much less 218 for a total. Get out of here.
I need to look. I know we have the worst offense in the league. We just slipped out of the top 10 in defense for 11. Wizards are they have the worst defense? That'd be hilarious. This is awful. This game is going to be awful. I don't mean to be rude, but this game is going to be awful.
Yeah, no offense to any professional basketball players that are participating in this game tonight, watching this show, but like, woof.
The Washington Wizards have the worst defense in the league, the defensive rating, and we have the worst offensive rating in the league. Let's do it.
This is like when Iowa plays football on Saturdays, right? Like they're going to have more punt yards than they do like offensive yards. Like there's going to be more like crowd shots than we have like dunks or actually good basketball plays. It's going to be rough.
I don't know who the officiating crew is, but I hope they get a little liquored up before the game and start handing out safeties. I hope they just get real weird with it. Just to keep the game moving, because we're gonna need it.
And you know, shout out Pete and Brev, because we have a phenomenal announcing team, and they will keep
one of the
interested in the game, even though it's going to be awful. Like Pete and Brev are two of the best in the business, consummate professionals, funny dudes. Brev and Knight's takes are second to none. Yes, and we're going to need all of them tonight.
Yes, I routinely thank the hoops gods for those guys, because they make what we do a lot easier. You know, they make having to watch these games for previews and insights and the articles we're writing and the pods we're recording. They make these games watchable, and they keep these refs accountable, which not many of the announcers do. Mm-hmm. Like I was showing Kyla, my partner, I was showing her a picture of, or the video when Brev lost his mind when the clock was off, like last season, and I was like, this is the dude that calls our games. This dude is an OG. He's the man. Like I like the Charlotte broadcast team, because that dude
they are good. Yeah.
But that's us and them. And that's it.
And I met Brev one morning. He was out walking his dog. I was downtown Memphis early one morning. And he's just like, I was like, hey man, like, I know you're out walking your dog. Like, I'm not trying to be that guy. I just want you to know I'm a huge fan. Like, you're one of the best, like, play-by-play color guys in the league. Like, you give phenomenal takes, like huge fan of yours. And he was just very gracious and kind and talked to me for a couple minutes, and I, didn't keep him long, but just a great guy, and just a wizard when it comes to basketball knowledge, for sure.
It's awesome. Shout out Brev. Shout out Pete and Brev. You know what? We might do it. We might do a Pete and Brev appreciation episode one of these days. Just talk about them.
We can do that. We can fill a show with that.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take one more break, friends, and then we're going to come back for Tuesdays. That voice has stayed. We're going to be right back after this break.
I'm just big on being able to vocalize what someone's role is. I always thought my best coaches were the people that let me know exactly what you expect from me. Now, I might not like it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you come to me man to man to say, this is how we think we're gonna play you. Bang, 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 and hopefully everybody understand. I'm not saying that this has not been done with this team. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying from my experience, we all have egos when we get to this game. Right. All of us, to the last person on the bench, you got an ego, but all of us can't be the man. Yeah, you got to be able to say, okay, he's the man, but what do I do and what can I do to help us be good? And if it's vocalized to you, then you know exactly what. And if I'm out there doing it, and now I'm not getting the result from you, now we got to sit down and have another conversation. Mm-hmm. But as long as it is told to you, this is what we expect from you, this is how we want you to play, then I feel like, again, keeping this logo. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. All right, Christian.
Yes.
You are Penny Hardaway.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Today, you're going to play act, okay? Gabe, because you're a Jordan Brown apologist, you're going to be Jordan Brown.
I'm a Jordan Brown apologist. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Y'all are sitting across the room from each other.
I said, don't tweet him hate. And he's like, you're an apologist. Like, good God. But either way, continue. We're in a room together.
Why did things break down?
Jordan, we brought you in this year to be the centerpiece of our offense. You came in out of shape. Let's call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. We play fast. Told you this when we were recruiting you. We play fast. One of the fastest paces in the country. You have to be able to get up and down the floor. You have failed at that.
Oh, well, I'm leaving. So it's fine. Cool.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back. Well, welcome back to the Daily Grind. And it's Tuesdays, so welcome back to Tube and Tuesdays, the Tuesday segment where we talk about other things that we're watching on TV on the tube that isn't Grizzlies basketball.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it right now. I've got it on my other TV in the office area. We're going to talk about NFL free agency. You led off with it. Derrick Henry. Sucks that it's going to a bitter rival. That seems rude.
Yeah,
I'd watch like at least the Bears sent Darnell Mooney to the Falcons. At least at least they had the gall to send him out of our division. The Falcons aren't a rival. I mean, you're a Titans guy, right? Or are you just a Henry guy?
Titans guy.
Okay, you talk about the Pollard signing. Are you a fan? Pro Pollard? I like Pollard.
I like Pollard. I texted a buddy, my big Titans fan, Zach Jones in Corinth, Mississippi. And was like, dude, I like this. And he's like, I've been beating this drum for years. We need a guy like this because he's fast twitch. He's great in open space. He fits that new offense that we're going to implement like they ran in Cincinnati. Big Tony Pollard fan. And the nice thing is he's been in the league for a while now. I think he's like 26, 25, somewhere right in there. But he doesn't have a ton of miles on him because he backed up Zeke for like 3 years. Big Memphis guy. Shout out Tigers, 901. And so big fan of Tony Pollard signing there. We've made a couple other acquisitions. We signed a center from Denver, which is going to be a huge need for us as bad as that offensive line was. But yeah, it sucks to see Henry go, but I'm not mad at the Tony Pollard signing in light of King Henry leaving, right? Obviously would have wanted to keep Derrick Henry, but Tony Pollard is not bad.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, we got the Bears. They're making me watch football again, man. I quit for a long time. It was so depressing. And people would look at me and dead serious. My stepson looked at me and said, so are the Bears a joke? I was like, I mean, yeah. And I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore. And after all the, and I like Justin Fields. I'm pro Justin Fields, but we got Kevin Byard. I'm a big Kevin Byard fan. Yeah. He was a Titan. Yes. I think he's still on the billboards here in Nashville.
Probably. Yeah.
I think we still have him everywhere. We got, DJ Moore last year when we fleeced the Panthers for all they're worth.
DeAndre this year from
DeAndre
Philly.
Swift, man. It's kind of this Pollard mold, it's you need quarterbacks, you need guys, you need running backs that can multifaceted, it's the running back market is so wide. I mean, deep. It's so deep, and there's the lifespan of a running back is so short in the NFL.
Especially big guys like Henry is he's like a unicorn, right? He's different. But the days of those big bruising backs, the Jerome Bettis, the Todd Gurleys, those are gone. You need guys like Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, First Swag Kamikaze down there in New Orleans now, the former Lion, right? Those dudes are real shifty. You get them in space, get them what's the kid from Jerick McKinnon, who's made a living out of backfield on bubbles and swing routes and things like that. That's the NFL back of the future in this pass happy RPO offense. And so Tony Pollard fits that mold. DeAndre Swift fits that mold for Chicago. I grew up a Chicago Bears fan before the Titans were a thing in Nashville. I was a big Brian Urlacher fan. I was a big Mike Singletary fan. Loved Mike Brown, former safety for the Bears. Big Bears fan growing up until I went to a Titans game and became a Titans fan. But so I've got a soft spot for Chicago. I hope they do well. Personally, I like Justin Fields better than
Where do you want him to go? Where do you want him to go? I like him better than I like him a lot. I would keep him.
I would too. Caleb Williams hadn't shown me enough to say that's the guy. He is the dude that's going to replace Justin Fields. And so I would keep him 100%. Otherwise, I mean, we could use him in Tennessee.
I was going to ask, what are your thoughts? Because are you riding with Will Levis? Is that who you guys are riding with? Or
listen, so here's my thing. During the draft process, it came out that he doesn't know what goes in coffee. And if you don't know what goes in coffee, he drinks mayo in his coffee. If you can't determine what goes in coffee, you're not leading my NFL franchise. My boy has decision-making issues, right? Clearly. So he cannot be leading an NFL franchise, drinking mayonnaise in his coffee. Miss me with that. No, I'm not. I didn't like him at Kentucky. We whooped his ass when he was at Kentucky. Mississippi State did. Not a fan of it. I get feisty about it. Malik Willis is not
real?
Much better. It's real. Dude, he eats a banana with a peel, too. Like my boy's working on half brain. Like he's only running on like 2 cylinders up there. If he's eating a banana with a peel, mayonnaise in his coffee, man, get out of here with that. No, I'm not a Will Levis fan.
The fact that ESPN never ran a story on that is a crime, because that would tank his draft stock. I'm out on him. I'm out on the dude. That's all I need to hear. I'm with you though. I didn't like him at Kentucky, but mayo and coffee.
Clearly, like his agent did a great job of like suppressing that story until it was too late and he was already drafted. Because but he did get an NIL deal or a sponsorship deal with Hellman's. Like they do or Duke's, one of them sponsors him. But like,
is that real?
He clearly has decision issues. Like if you're putting mayonnaise in coffee, you're not leading my NFL franchise. Get out of here with that.
It's like that's like gun to my head. That's the last condiment that's going in my coffee. Well, even in my hamburger mug, that is the last condiment going in my damn coffee. Ugh.
That's awful.
You know what? We're gonna end this show pooping on Levis, because that's disgusting.
Like absolutely.
Go Titans, go Bears. That's what. Happy Tubing Tuesday, everybody. Don't put mayo in your coffee.
That's it.
Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Please, for me.
Please.
Just for us. Thank you for tuning in today. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Rusty. Good to see you, brother.
Of course.
I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
And enjoy the game tonight?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to Taco Tuesday with a buddy, so I'm going to watch it at a bar, so it's not going to be too bad.
Hell yeah. Retweet that. Thank y'all. Have a good one.